Some marriages today are not moving well is because of the time. Some are hurried to do something, and when you are hurried to do it, you will be hurried to go back. When you are hurried to rush inside, you will be hurried to rush outside. Some of us are doing a serious mistake. Some want to start business without planning it well. Some want to get into marriage without planning it time. Some want to build a house or build a factory without sitting down, draw a times table, and plan it, what to do and how to do it and succeed. God is not a human being. If you want to invite God in your case, you will plan it well. If you fail to understand the time in a particular area, God wants you to appear. You continue in the mistake of your forefathers or in the mistake of your fathers. If you want to plan a business, if you want to start a business, you need to sit down and plan it well. How can you plan it well? Bring the timetable together. Gather your experience. Go and do what I call inquires to know the people that starting the business, how they starting it, where they are buying the business, how the business is moving, the amount of money you can use to start the business, how much you used to pay for the shop, the season, whether is it a business that have a season or not. All those things you will gather together and you come back home. Begin to plan it inside yourself. Why? Because you know your capacity concerning money. You know how much you can afford. Whether the money you have, is it okay for you to start that business? If the money you have is not okay for you to start that business, you need to go back and look for another business that your money will be okay to start. You will see some people, they are doing mistake without planning well, and that mistake continue them for one problem to the other. That's the reason you will see a lot of people starting business, especially some months or years. Everything, all the money will vanish. Why? Because they failed to plan it well. I want to ask you a question. Child of God, I'm talking about the business. Now, I'm talking about the spiritual life. Because no time. And because no time, I'm talking about spiritual life. If you want to walk with God, you need to understand the time. You cannot just wake up and start walking with God with physical experience. Physical experience matters a lot, but you need a spiritual confirmation in a season, in a particular time or particular hour for the particular ministry. You are a born again. It's not mean that you can operate in every area of ministry. No. You are a born again means that you have decided to know the man called God. And you cannot even know God without taking time. Study that man called God. How can you study that man called God? Because you are a new beginner or a newcomer in a church or in the vineyard of God. You need to follow up reading some spiritual books, scriptures, some spiritual message. It will help you to come closer to God. Some spiritual book will direct you what to do. Some spiritual message will help your spiritual eyes to activate. Why? God is not physical appearance. God is a spiritual appearance. God is a spiritual man. And you cannot operate in the vineyard of God without being in a mood of spirit. Spirit is the highest master in everything you want to do in life. Do you want to achieve something? Do you want to go far? Do you want to hear the voice of God? Do you want to hear the voice of God? Do you want to speak in a heavenly language? Do you want to see beyond woman? Do you want to have a body sign and a spiritual heart information? You need to do something, a spiritual something. How can you do a spiritual something? Coming to God closer, communicating with a children of God. Attach yourself with the community of gathering of children of God. It's something that will help your spiritual life to go far. Child of God, hear me. In this season, a lot of people are doing mistake. Even now, I'm dropping this message. Some spirit of Christmas had destroyed a lot of people. Hear me, Kiriare. I want to drop a fire word upon your soul. God is not whom you are celebrating. You are celebrating yourself. When you see somebody that's celebrating Christ, you don't need anybody to tell you. You need to tell yourself the truth. God is a spirit. God is not a woman. You are spending money building house, buying car. It's not what God requires in your life. It's not what God wants you to do. Ladder, you are celebrating your potential. I call it, you are operating in your destiny, a physical destiny. But God wants you to operate in a spiritual destiny.